message into their fabric, unseen, unheard, until the moment of grand revelation. They will resist, but in the end, they will thank us. We shall have our enemies faced with us in a world unshackled, reborn in the spirit of Halloween.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Honor versus Madness live stream. We come to you every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and today is a big one. We are officially live. The TGE has happened. We're going to get into all that. We're going to go over all the bullish updates. We're going to go over how to earn, what to do over the next year as we build out the game, and everything involved with that. We also have a brand new video we're going to release. And yeah, everything's looking really, really good. But before we get into all of that, I want to welcome my co-host with the most and fellow team member, LA. LA, how are you?
I am good. Happy to be on with all you guys. Welcome, welcome.
Awesome. Yeah. So again, we've been putting in a lot of work over the last honestly, the last few months, but really the last few weeks getting ready for TGE. And we have a lot to update with all of you tonight. But before we do that, I just want to show our intro video is great. That is a good overview of some of the assets, some of the characters. But obviously, that was what we used to promote our pre-sale. Now we have a new trailer just for our TGE now that the token is live, and here it is. So without further ado, let me go ahead and pull that up. We'll kick things off. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our page as well. We are streaming on YouTube and X. So all right, let's see this new video.
We're witnessing the future of GameFi right before our eyes.
I think this might be the biggest thing in 24 coming into 25.
We want to push the boundaries a bit of what trading card games can be and build something where the player really feels like they're stepping inside the huge fantasy world.
There's so much more magic ahead.
Let's go. I love it. Super bullish. So again, some additional clips. Julius, our founder, was also in that. We released an amazing 11-minute video last week on some of the insights about GrimGold and specifically about Honor Madness in how we develop this into something truly special. So LA, again, it's all coming together. We're about
Yes.
48 hours in, but looking really good, huh? What
Yeah.
what do you have to say to all the lovely people before we get into our notes?
Oh, it's been a bit overwhelming. We've had a ton of positive feedback. Both of our groups on Telegram and Discord. I almost created a new platform called Telegord.
Yeah, I love it.
Have doubled or more than doubled in the last few days. So we have a lot of new community members that have been chit-chatting away that we've gotten to connect with. We have some kind of exclusive new features over on our Discord. Our Twitter is continuing to grow quite a ton, and it's just been amazing to welcome so many new community members. So if that's you, welcome, welcome, welcome. And, we'd love to hear any feedback from you guys. We'd love to hear what faction you belong to if you're part of if you've taken the faction quiz. And just lots of exciting stuff ahead.
Amazing, yes. And as Ellie said, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We are streaming on YouTube and X. And as we go through this, if there are questions that you may have, please feel free to type them in the live chat and we can talk about it right here on stream with all of you. So All right, let's go ahead and kick things off, LA. You want to give us some of the bullish stats on GG GrimGold, and then we'll move into a little more updates in terms of the whole ecosystem.
Yes. So we're 2 days post GrimGold TGE, and things are off to a really good start. There's been close to 600K of trading volume. We were trending up to number 4 on all of Ethereum. I think we're currently sitting at 9 or 11, something like that. A massive amount of the supply has been locked up in staking, with participants earning really great rewards. I've loved seeing feedback in the chats from people just posting. So excited about the rewards they're earning, including Carnival tickets, which could prove to be extremely valuable should you save up and play it right. Not financial advice.
Totally, and we're gonna go into that a lot towards the end here, but yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, LA. A few more. Yeah.
Yeah, we are on a massive marketing campaign. We will continue to get the word out. We have ads running on multiple platforms. We're doing a free NFT giveaway campaign. We have the AMA train rolling with lots of AMAs coming up, including 3 tomorrow. We have Telegram blasts out going all week. We're going to continue getting the volume up, getting the word out, building our communities. Big shout out to Stinky Beans, who's been helping so much behind the scenes with helping me to get everyone's questions answered. Huge shout out to Chan, who's been helping out a lot on Discord, and to all of our incredible admins and community members who have just been helping to spread the positivity and answer people's questions in the chats, because there's been just a huge uptick in the amount of questions, the amount of chat. So it's been awesome. Everything's continuing to grow in the right direction. And tomorrow is going to be a very impactful day with all the AMAs we have coming up.
Yeah, absolutely, LA. And again, we affectionately called it the AMA train. I think that I personally hold the world record for the most crypto AMAs ever. Between our previous platform, EMP, we would do an AMA once a day. We still do an AMA once a week over there, and now this AMA every Thursday within our own community. But also, literally, I think we had about 15 AMAs scheduled over the first 2 weeks of TGE. We're up to like 600 total AMAs. So when somebody comes in the chat and says the infamous when marketing, you know what to tell them. So the AMA train is in full force. And yeah, the one today was epic. We were on Wolf Financial. And if you guys haven't had a chance to listen to that, it's on X. We have it pinned or at least retweeted. I guess what do they call a retweet on X? A share, I guess. I don't know. I gotta get used to all the new mumbo jumbo. But yeah, was that not an amazing AMA or what, LA?
Yeah, we both got on the phone afterwards and we're just like, holy cow, that was so good. There were so many really great questions, and it just led to such a great discussion, and such a discussion that's a bit different from some of the other AMAs we've done in the recent past, which I always love because it's great to expand what we're speaking about, get to more topics. They ask the hard questions, which we love because we aren't scared at all to answer them. And
For sure.
there were people with some great experience who knew the right questions to ask, which was just fantastic.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and again, I mean, we're only 2 days in, but we're seeing a lot of movement. So, obviously there's a lot of volatility when you launch a token, whether you're battling other bots, or just trying to trigger, the trending algorithms. We did finally settle at the price that we had been promoting all the time as our launch price. Right now, even with that volatility, we're right around pre-sale prices. So, in terms of a fair launch, this has been the fairest launch that we could have ever planned. Again, everybody has a great opportunity to get in. And really, the name of the game is accumulating as much GG as you can over time. I mean, we have said this many times, that, all-time highs don't happen for at least 169 days on average. I can even pull up a slide right now to kind of go over that. But yeah, LA, I think again, everybody loves to see, a 10x overnight, but the fundamentals really come into play as GG goes. And because GG is non-inflationary and there's a maximum supply, then as long as you're getting accumulating GG over time, that puts you in the best position to capitalize when we finally see the GameFi narrative come back into play. And
Mhm.
one more note before I pull this up, obviously launching on ETH was another very strategic decision. Unfortunately, we timed the launch perfectly in terms of sentiment, but the downside is that gas fees do become extraordinarily high. So that is great for, people maybe wanting to take profit early. They have to think twice about spending. However, it really hurts us when when maybe a minnow or a dolphin that doesn't have a larger budget wants to buy some tokens, but really can't because the gas fees are so high. So we are looking into some creative ideas to get you some exposure to GrimGold in a cheaper manner. But as far as I'm concerned, again, I think we had a great launch. We have very thick liquidity. Our market cap is very, very low. Again, anything under a $10 million market cap is a no-brainer. These sort of gaming tokens that have a fifth or a tenth of what we have under our belt get to 100 million market cap, even a billion market cap, which would be a 10 or 100x from here. So again, that's not financial advice, but we do want to kind of give you a perspective. So LA, let me go ahead and pull up the chart, not the chart, the token growth potential. If you want to go over a
Mhm.
little more points, for sure.
The only thing I was going to add to what you were just saying is I was actually, and I even told you this on launch day, I'm happy to see that it didn't 10x on the first day because I really felt like that would have had some of our early investors questioning whether now is the time to sell. And I just
For sure.
hated that for them because I know the potential of where this can go and it's far beyond 10x and I wouldn't want to see anyone shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And again, I mean, although pre-salers got a bit of a boost in their staking rewards, they never got a boost in, the actual price. And I mean, maybe a 10% difference. But even right now, at the price we settled at, you're getting that same advantage, which again is unheard of. Usually with token launches like this, there's major multiples for pre-salers and major multiples for VCs, both of which we have avoided by doing a community raise. So again, not to say there won't be additional selling, but the chances of a large dump is a lot less because of what we have done to prepare for it. So, Ellie, this is a really great chart that we came up with in the pre-sale, but I wanted to share it again tonight. And again, this isn't to create FOMO, although it does for me. But this is the historical data on how these tokens perform. So, you want to go over it a little bit?
Yes. So, I mean, the most notable number there is that all of these projects have in common is that the average days to reach their all-time high was 169 days, and the average X's amongst all of them was 400X. That means $1,000 turning into $400,000, which is quite literally life-changing. Are we saying that's what's going to happen with GrimGold? No, because we can't promise anything of the future. But does GrimGold have the potential to mirror or even outdo the success of these similar tokens? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, 100% LA. I love it. And again, I mean, we are so early to the party. We timed our launch very well, but again, all the hype right now and all the focus is on Bitcoin, and that's okay. I mean, again, this is how the cycles play out. Usually, we see Bitcoin steal the show. We see Bitcoin dominance really high, exactly where we are right now, and then people start looking for other opportunities to take their profits and make even more profits, and so that's when we see what's called an alt season or alt cycle. And that is when Bitcoin starts to level out and all the money and all the profits start funneling down into the lower cap altcoins. And ETH is included in that. I mean, even though ETH is number two, technically ETH is an altcoin. And so we'll see a lot more activity and a lot more volume on ETH when that starts to happen as well. And again, our liquidity pair, we already have $200,000 of liquidity with our token. And compared to our market cap, that is an amazing ratio. And so as ETH goes up, because our liquidity pair is with ETH, that also helps the price of GG, and you get exposure to ETH, through our liquidity pair as well. So there's a lot of things that are set up in our favor. Obviously, we would love to see, a lot more volume, but it's a slow and steady grind, and we will get there. We have all the things in place to make that happen. So this is a long-term project. We're not going anywhere. We have a lot of things in the works, and the next Catalyst event will be a direct use case for GrimGold, which will, again, help in getting that volume and buy pressure up. And in my eyes, and again, LA, we're so used to saying this with our other protocols, and we've been in the space so long now. But when you do see dips in the charts, that is an amazing time to DCA or dollar cost average. Again, none of this is financial advice, but it's a great strategy to accumulate more GG tokens. And look at it as a little mini game while we're waiting for the real game to come out. The game that we're all playing right now is to have more GG than your
Yeah.
the next guy, right? Or gal, for sure, LA. Yeah.
Yeah, we're only at the very beginning of our journey, and your ability to accumulate tokens at these prices and stake them for additional tokens and Carnival tickets is absolutely massive. And having the right mentality, even as a minnow, is how millionaires are made in token launches and project launches. I mean, look at this chart. Somebody out there invested $1,000 and became a millionaire. That mentality that they had, they weren't saying like, oh, I'm just a minnow, it'll never amount to anything. No, they took bold risks. Not that I'm telling any of you to take a bold risk, but that's simply what that person would have done. Seeing what's
For sure.
there long before the evidence actually shows it, because if you're only seeing it when everyone else is, it's too late.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely, LA. And again, we pride ourselves on sharing some OG crypto wisdom. Like I said, none of that is financial advice. Like LA said, none of that is financial advice. We've been in the space long enough, and a lot of people that are new, or even people that have been here, kind of forget those fundamentals. So, all right, amazing. I think that was it for the price growth potential. I wanted to talk about staking as well. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Bear with me 1 second. LA, was there anything else you want to touch on while we get into some of the staking rewards and really clarifying, what's what what the game plan is now?
No, I think we're good to move on. And we did really want to dive deep into staking and just show you guys exactly how it works so that everyone's crystal clear. And moving forwards, everyone knows, what a value it is.
Okay, amazing. Hang on 1 sec. Just got to refresh here.
And I'll just start out while he's doing that by saying if
Yep.
you did stake pre-TGE, your staking page will look just a tiny bit different from those who only staked post-TGE, because technically the way that it worked, because some of you staked your XGG pre-TGE. It's going to show up at the top of the page as separate stakes. Not to add any confusion, when those stakes come due, you will receive GG back. But just because those were staked pre-TGE with XGG, we are treating them as separate stakes. So you'll see those at the top of your page, whereas then you'll see the 4 regular tiers below. And technically, even if you entered the same tier pre and post, they're treated as 2 separate stakes.
Yes, 100%. So to LA's point, again, we'll get to the Carnival shop in a minute, but if you go to stake.universemadness.com, the staking is live now. As you can see, I've shared this wallet. This is my personal wallet on some of the other streams. This is my stake for a year. Oh, hang on, I went too fast. Bear with me. Let me go back up here. Hang on, sorry guys. All right, so you will have actually a duplicate interface. So again, this is for everybody that staked in the pre-TGE staking. It'll show up. Again, it'll recognize your wallet. It'll show there when the year is over, you'll be able to withdraw down here when that happens. And along the way, you can claim your GG rewards. So and your tickets as well. So again, that's for the OGs. If you just are getting into staking now, you won't see that, and you will only see it down below here. So let me go down. Perfect. So here are all the post TGE staking options. So it's a lot more simplified, literally just a staking period and the APR. That's all you need to know and all you need to worry about. The APR is calculated in tokens, not in price. So it is a fixed APR that doesn't fluctuate because it's based on the tokens that you have submitted. So that is one thing to note. And remember, because we did have a variable where in pre-TGE staking, whenever you state when the unlock happened for each one, it would be on a specific date. Now we've upgraded the post-TGE unlocks to be a full 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, 180 days, or 360 days from when you stake. So, and remember, it's the first stake. So again, that's only a little confusing part. If you staked in again, let's just use an example. In LA, you'll have to clarify. Here too, you're good at clarifying. But if you stake in, say, the Trial of the Abyss today, that is 360 days from now it will unlock. That is when the first stake calculates the timeline. So you can restake in this, but it will only add to the reduced APR, again, based on every day moving, that, you get a little bit less because it's one more day that's gone by. However, if somebody a week from now buys GG and stakes into one of these pools, that is when that cycle begins for them. So again, you can stake. It doesn't unlock all on the same day. It's based on the first stake that you make into the ecosystem. And this is bullish because number one, it spreads out the unlock a little bit more, other than the pre-salers. But also, you are, there's a bit of FOMO because if you're staking earlier, again, staking today rather than tomorrow, you're earning faster because it's one more day that you're earning before somebody else might be. So does that make sense, LA? Again, there's a lot of things to cover, and we'll have a full update in the white paper of how it all works now. But in reality, it's way more simple than previously designed.
Yes. So just as you asked, I'll reiterate. So your stake will end 30, 90, 180, or 360 days after you start it. That is the main thing. And the percentages are listed there. So you will see what you're going to earn for those 30, 90, 180, or 360 days. If you down the line decide to add more funds to your stake that you exist to your tier that your existing stake is located in, it will not reset the timer. You will simply add more funds and have the same start and end date from your original stake. However, because those rewards are time weighted based on the total number of days in that staking pool, if you add additional funds down the line, your percentage, your APR will not be the full percentage simply because you're earning for less days on that new money added.
Correct. Yeah, that was amazing recap. And again, remember APR is based on a year. So even though, like LA said, you may be staking in the middle of that cycle, it's still technically the same APR because again, it's based on the year, but you're just earning for less days of that APR. So yeah, I think that was a great overview. And again, if you're seeing this video a week from today, or a few months from today, whenever you stake the first time, that is what will initiate your end date. And again, we do, we are moving again into the actual game release. We may eventually get rid of the GG rewards, but we absolutely will keep the ticket rewards if we do update that a year from now. But just know right now, and again, it's why it's so bullish, is that no matter when you stake, you're earning GG and you're earning tickets. So you're essentially getting two rewards for the price of one. And we'll talk about the power of, we can talk about that right now, actually. So let me go back. Was there anything else you want to clarify before we move on to the Carnival shop?
The only other thing I wanted to say is that I know that there's been some complaints of the Ethereum gas fees being high when going into staking. We know the gas fees are high on ETH, especially right now with this big pump we've been experiencing. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about the ETH gas fees because we don't control that. But what you can do is you can use the Etherscan gas tracker to stake at a time when they're as low as possible. That's what we can suggest doing. We are brainstorming some additional ideas, but for right now, you can go to Etherscan. There's a gas tracker, and you can try to catch the time of the day or the week when it's the very lowest, and that will serve you in that manner.
Yeah, great point, LA. Again, it was strategic, and an on purpose decision to launch on ETH. But that being said, again, the barrier to entry did end up being a lot higher than we had anticipated, just because of the ETH fees, and that has nothing to do with the way the contract is written. It has nothing to do with us as a team. It's simply because of gas fees. And remember, a gas fee is also a lot higher when you're interacting with a smart contract as opposed to just sending tokens. So if I'm going to send some GG to my friend, it's only a $2 or $3 gas fee because it's wallet to wallet. But if I'm actually staking in a smart contract, whether it's ours or anybody on ETH, that action is usually like 5 to 10 times more expensive because there's more data that needs to be transferred. So again, just to give everybody a little more perspective. But the rewards have been very lucrative, both for pre-salers and for people buying GG now. And really, what becomes most lucrative on top of your GG rewards are the tickets. So LA, was that it? Can I talk about their Carnival shop and tickets a little
Yes,
more?
this part is so exciting.
All right, awesome. So as of now, the only way to get access to our Carnival shop is through staking and earning tickets. So we made this comparison a few times, but remember at the county fair or your local carnival or even like a Chuck E. Cheese or Dave and Buster's here in America, there's a lot of different places where you play these arcade games and you earn tickets. Then those tickets can be spent immediately for a whistle or a finger lock, finger trap, a kazoo, you name it. Or you can save the tickets to get a really great prize. So in my day, it was the original PlayStation. That was like the mega prize at the Chuck E. Cheese. But anyway, the idea is that you're saving these tickets for exclusive and rare NFTs. And so the Carnival Shop will be something that we will release before the game is out. It will be part of our third party marketplace, and it will have some incredible basic, rare, epic, and legendary NFTs that you can only get through having tickets. And because you can only get tickets from staking, it's really important that you stake some GG to earn those tickets. And we'll show here in a minute, the next slide, after we wrap this page up, is the potential that some of these cards have on the secondary market. And honestly, we'll show it in a minute, but you're talking tens of thousands of dollars that some of these rare NFTs go for. And so that is on top of all the other earning you're getting from staking. So staking is really fundamentally part of the game experience and our growth until we release the game as well. So yeah, LA again, please add to that. But that was like a really high level overview. That's why again, it's a no brainer to stake, for the year to earn on top of earn.
Yes, and um, even if you're a minnow, you receive one carnival ticket per 10,000 GG staked. Sorry, one carnival ticket per day per 10,000 GG
Correct.
staked.
Yep.
And it's not that much to get 10,000 um, tokens, but even if you have less than 10,000 tokens, you'll earn a portion of a ticket per day. And that can really add up if you get into staking nice and early.
For
And the
sure.
fact that some of these items are only going to be available in the Carnival shop is so bullish because I mean, we can look at the APR listed on each staking tier, but this ability to get rare cards goes so far beyond any APR estimate or anything like that because these could end up being extremely valuable. And for those who play it right, I mean, it's gravy, baby.
I love it. Hell yeah, LA. So, and we're gonna go into that real quick, but I want to highlight one more thing at the bottom here. Again, excuse me for having to scroll. 1 second. All right, so again, just before we get into the real potential of these NFTs, I wanted to highlight the swapper. So again, we've talked about this many times on all of our previous AMAs, but if you were a pre-saler, you again were given XGG, not actual GG. So if you have staked, then you don't have to worry about anything. All the new tokens that you receive are already the real GG token. But if for whatever reason you didn't stake or you've been out of the loop and you have some free XGG laying around, this is how you swap it. So again, when I say free, I mean they definitely paid for them, but that was from the pre-sale. So yeah, that is the swapper again, and it will burn the XGG and give you GG, the real GG. And honestly, again, it's so bullish because there really isn't a lot of XGG left, even 2 days in. So this is just for the last few that need to do it. And from here on out, we are 100% focused on the real GrimGold token. So yeah, all right, Ellie, that was just the last thing I wanted to say. Do you want to clarify anything from that before I show the potential that some of these NFTs could have.
I'll just go into the Carnival shop tiers. So
Perfect.
there's three tiers. So first we have the basic shop, and that includes in-game items and more. So these items may be available inside and outside of the Carnival shop. Then we have the luxury shop. That includes some items that are only available in the Carnival shop and some items that are available in other places. There's basic, rare, epic, and legendary cards found in the luxury shop. And then we have the exclusive shop, and these are items that are only available in the Carnival shop. Legendary staking exclusive NFT items. I mean, that is the place to be.
Yeah, no doubt, LA again. And before I show the next screen here, a lot of these cards will be a mixture of both cosmetic and playable assets. So obviously, the most rare, the most legendary, the smallest print size, those may actually be cards that you play in the game. And again, those can get wildly expensive, which I'll show you in a second. But some of the other cards, even the really rare and limited edition cards in their Carnival shop that aren't playable, could be extremely valuable. So, an example of that card would be, a golden wand that only maybe 10 will ever be made, where, you can flex in the game by having this golden wand, and people go, damn, that's a baller in the game. Or even something very specific to you as a player. Maybe you really love cats. Who doesn't, right? Or maybe you're like LA and you're a dog lover. Well, you can choose a pet that you have and choose a specific style or dog or breed or cat that maybe is only available in their Carnival shop. And if I'm playing the game and I want that certain cat or breed, I'm willing to spend for that because it makes it personal to me playing the game. And that is where values can get incredibly, lucrative because, the rarity and the intrinsic value of, representing it in the game as your character is massive, and we've seen that play out. I mean, other games like Diablo or World of Warcraft that are more of RPG style games, some of their skins, special companions, special armor, special weapons, that are purely cosmetic, have gone for incredible amounts of money on eBay or other trading sites. So it's not something that we're just saying that is, we hope. It's something that is absolutely for real. So, and to back that up, let me pull these stats up right now, and then LA, feel free to elaborate. But again, these NFTs have real value, and these are not made up numbers, even though they look like made up numbers. In Splinterlands, the two most rare cards were the Archmage Arrays and the Prince Julian, both of which have went for $32,000 and $50,000. And on Gods Unchained, again, the Citadel and the Hyperion, both, the Citadel set a record for the most expensive playable NFT card at 76,000, and the Hyperion was 60 grand. So, and those are real numbers that people actually spent on these assets. So, yeah, LA. I mean, it doesn't get any more bullish than that, does it?
Not for me. Nope.
Totally.
Like, I literally get so excited about this every day when I look at my staking page. I see I've already earned a good number of tickets. I'm just thrilled about it. I can't wait to just stack them all up to shop in the exclusive shop.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And as a fun little side note, again, the value or the way these cards were distributed was different in these games than what we're doing. But I actually personally received the Archmage as a legendary drop in Splinterlands, and I still have that card to this day. I probably should have sold it at the top, but there you go. But again, it's pretty cool to see these cards have value, as a lot of you know as well. I turned an original $10,000 investment in Splinterlands into over $1 million worth of assets. I'm still one of the top whales in that game, and again, when your cards are selling for tens of thousands of dollars, that is where that value comes from. So really exciting stuff. And again, please keep in mind, this isn't a promise. We're simply illustrating the potential of what these cards can do. So, all right, awesome, Elliot. Any other things you want me to show while I have this up, or the staking page?
Let's hop back to the staking page. I think we're going to go through some staking FAQs.
Perfect. All right, I'll go back to the bottom. And we are updating these as we go. So, all right, I'll pull them up, and then if you read them, LA, I'll elaborate. So
Oh,
the
they're
first
not
one.
on there.
Oh, all right.
Yes,
Oh,
I want
okay.
to go through some that I wrote out that I have been getting asked a lot, and we're going to be getting those added onto
All
the
right,
site.
I'm ahead of you. Yeah, I know we had a developer chat. These are going to be added to the actual site, but all right, my bad. We'll jump back over and just do it verbally. So, all right, go ahead.
Sorry, guys. I've been working on finalizing them today, and then I'm going to send them off to the devs tomorrow. But I wanted to get a real life picture of really what the most frequently asked questions were over the first few days, and now I have them. So,
Perfect. Yeah.
can we participate? Okay, I wrote that wrong. Can we make multiple stakes under one tier? So, yes, you can add to your current stake within the same tier. However, it will not appear as multiple separate stakes. Instead, any new funds will be added to your existing balance. Keep in mind that the current rates, based on how many days are left in your stake, will apply to the freshly added funds. So, as AJ said, the APRs are based on a year. However, you will only earn on those new funds for a lesser amount of time.
Yeah.
And obviously, the exception to this is what we went over before, where your pre TGE stakes are separate.
Perfect. Yeah, great explanation. And again, another way to categorize it is prorating. So we're essentially prorating the daily yield for that original stake. Again, it's still the same APR, but the actual yield is just dependent on how many more days are left in that actual stake. So it sounds a lot more complicated, but I assure you that it's really simple. And one of the reasons that we did this is a great point. A lot of you may be familiar with different ladder staking, or in our ecosystem, maybe you're familiar with the Sparkler. We really couldn't do that with staking on Ethereum. So the reason that it's the way it is simply because of gas. So again, I know we mentioned it earlier, gas fees are insane, if we would have had laddered staking for a GG, you would be paying literally, $400 in gas fees if you had multiple stakes. So this was the most efficient way to build staking and still accomplish, all the goals of what we wanted to within the contract. So not to get too technical on everybody, but there's a reason that we do everything we do, for sure.
Awesome. I think we already went over this, but I'll go over it again. Are all stakes 30, 90, 180, or 360 days in length, or does it depend on when you stake your funds? The length of your stake depends on when you staked your funds. You may add additional funds to a stake, but the end date will always depend on the start time of your first stake in a
Perfect.
specific tier.
Yeah, 100%. So then that's a good point too. You could go into a different tier and that would update on the fly. So again, if you went into the 30-day on Monday, that would give you an end date. But if you went on Tuesday, you went into the next tier up, obviously that would be 1 day plus the cycle amount. So yeah, you can definitely go into multiple tiers.
Yes, good point. And the UI clearly displays when your stake ends if you have any confusion there.
Yep.
So some of these are redundant. I apologize, but I just want to make sure it's crystal clear. If I make a second stake under the same tier, does the clock reset? No, it does not. It depends on your original stake. Can we claim our GG as often as we like once TGE has happened? Yes. Now that we're post TGE, you can claim your Carnival tickets and GG as often as you like. And when you claim, it will automatically claim both.
Love it. Yep, 100%. And again, that's also part of the gas optimization that when you claim, it gives you both instead of having to claim twice.
Yes. What does the available rewards mean? Pretty self-explanatory, but those are the amount of rewards that you've earned up until this point that are available to claim.
Perfect.
How long is staking available for? Will it be available beyond 1 year?
Yeah,
We
so
haven't
again,
decided yet, but I'll let
yeah.
AJ expand on that.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So yeah, again, I mentioned it a little bit, but we really haven't made a public announcement about that yet. It will be available again if you're able to stake right now. Obviously, you're going to be credited for the year again in the longest one. So we have a few months to really make that decision, but ultimately, I think there will be an updated version that really will focus on tickets. So again, the GG rewards are great, especially as we reward early adopters and people that believe in what we're building long term. But the staking may eventually shift to being much more focused around tickets only. And again, that's bullish because it adds the FOMO. If you want to earn more GG and tickets, then you need to be staking now. And again, that's not financial advice. That's not, telling you what to do. I'm just illustrating. But yeah, I mean, that is the reality. And so once that happens, we will absolutely make an announcement. But as long as you are able to stake, it will be the full year or 360 days from that until we make a public announcement. And then again, it'll be very simple. We just have a new rollout, and you're able to claim out every day for that year as rewards are due.
Awesome. The last one of these that I'll go through that we haven't touched on yet, why isn't it working to stake my GG or my XGG? So if you still have XGG, you have to swap it for GG to stake now that we are post TGE. So you can do that at the bottom of the staking page. If you already have GG and it's not working to stake, the most common thing that I've seen is that people don't have enough ETH in their wallet. Most of the time, the way gas works is you need to have a little bit more than what that transaction says it's going to cost. And it may not cost the full amount, but it requires you to have it in your wallet in order for a transaction to go through. So that has been the most common thing I've seen so far if it hasn't worked for someone.
Yeah, great points. And again, everything we did update some of the allowances over the last 24 hours. That was a minor issue for some people, but now everything should be working. We got no reports of issues today, and so again, if there is if you do have a problem, definitely join our Telegram or Discord. Remember, please do not respond to scammers. If you do have a problem, we'll never ask you to verify or connect to some sort of other website, or absolutely never ask for your seed phrase. We'll be able to help you publicly, or at least know that you're talking to the right person at that point, and even then, we will never ask you to do any of that. We'll just ask you to send a transaction ID, and our devs can look into it. One last thing too that seems to be a little bit of an issue. Although MetaMask works perfectly fine, Ravi really is optimized for what we're doing. So if you haven't used the Ravi wallet, it really makes things a lot easier. Again, we're very big fans of Ravi, and you can import your MetaMask keys to Ravi wallet. It's industry standard, very no hacks. Just really be careful when you're doing that, and obviously if you're not comfortable doing that, don't do it. But the Ravi wallet seems to be a lot easier when interacting with the smart contracts on EVM.
Awesome. Here's one more question that I'd like to ask. We'll have you answer that. Stretch It Out is asking because it pertains to staking. If your stake ends and you don't withdraw it right away, does it continue earning APR, or will we have to withdraw and restake?
Yep, really great point. So the answer is it ends. So as soon as it's over, you're not gonna lose rewards and you're not gonna, not be able to claim, but it will automatically end. So if you want to continue to earn, make sure you put a date on your calendar that you can claim and then restake your principal into either, the same tier or over again or a new tier.
Awesome. Okay.
Cool.
So, one thing that we had on our list to go through that I'd really like you to go through in more depth is why specifically we chose Ethereum to launch our token on initially.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously, hindsight is always 2020. I'm still very happy that we're on ETH. I think we've gotten a lot of eyeballs, a lot of exposure, and obviously, when ETH starts pumping, then people will say, "Man, I'm so glad we launched on ETH." So again, there's always two sides to the story, but the whole idea was that number one, there is the most volume on ETH. Number two, we are fans of Ethereum in general, where we can build our liquidity with Ethereum so that when ETH does, 3, 4x over the next bull run, that automatically brings the price of GG up with it because we are tied in the liquidity pair with actual Ethereum. And, it was a decision to avoid taxes. So originally we had built a system that GG was going to have a tax on it, and we decided, that the gas fees alone act as sort of a tax in the fact that you have to really either be up enough to take profit, or you have to really think twice if you want to sell and pay the gas. But that means that there is no tax. So there were many, many, many factors that went into why we wanted to launch on ETH. Knowing now that gas fees are pretty crazy. And again, we can't predict the future. 2 weeks ago, an ETH transaction was, a couple of a dollar maybe. So, it's all relative. But knowing everything that we know now, we are looking into options that may give exposure to GrimGold in a much more gas efficient way. But our goal was never to build the game on ETH either. Obviously, we will announce a layer two for the Web3 side of the game that, gas fees will be irrelevant or very, very low for that side as well. So, yeah, does that answer LA or anything else you want me to elaborate on?
No, I think that was great. Let's hop into a few of these questions because I see a lot of them popping up, and then I think we have a few more notes to cover at the end.
All
So,
right, great. I want to shout out DJ and Passive Income. He's part of the 365 Club. Again, it's amazing. A lot of our early supporters did end up staking for the full year. So shout out to him. Ryan, thanks for being here. All
awesome.
right. Yeah.
So this first
Yeah,
one
what's the next
I'll
one?
touch on, and then I'll let you kind of chime in. It says, can we get a buy bot for the Telegram group? Every other group I'm in has buy bots. We definitely can if everybody wants it. In fact, the company that we work with for our radar bot also has a buy bot that we can implement. The reason we haven't up until this point is because in previous projects that we've kind of worked with that have had it, people get annoyed by it pretty quickly and it kind of takes over the entire chat. And we really pride ourselves in answering everyone's questions as quickly as possible. And that can kind of get overshadowed when there's a bot popping up every 5 seconds. But
For
if it
sure.
is something that everyone seems to want, it's definitely something we can implement.
Yep, great. That's exactly what I was going to say when I saw that pop up. So, yeah, again, typically they're kind of annoying, and especially when we start seeing a lot more volume. But yeah, if you guys want it, let us know. We love hearing feedback from our community. Just join Telegram and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the Telegram buy bot for sure. And Sausage King, great name by the way. Also said, why did we release on ETH? Is the game going to end up on ETH? And seems like Sui is a much better for gaming. So yeah, again, we just spent 5 minutes saying that, but Sui again is very new. And another really important note for Sui is it's not EVM. So even though our developers are very talented, they are Solidity and Rust knowledgeable. Sui is its own language, so we would have to spend some development time to learn that, and we absolutely can. But really, we're looking at really foundations right now. We're really reaching out to a bunch of layer twos that want a game as part of their chain. So that is really the determining factor right now. We're looking to get some grant money. We're looking to get some marketing help from a layer two that would want to have Honorverse Madness as a flagship in their protocol. So, ultimately, it won't be built on ETH. Again, just from the gas fees alone, and unless Vitalik sends me a DM and wants Honorverse Madness on ETH and is willing to help support that, it will probably be a layer two for sure.
Awesome. Great answer. Can you spend a little bit of time clarifying, just so it's crystal clear for everyone, how that works when there's both Web 2 and Web 3 components and you go to release the game? How that works with choosing a chain, but part of it's not on chain. Can you kind of go into describing that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I know again, logistically, it's a little confusing, and that's bullish because we are trailblazing in how this will actually operate. So let's back up all the way, and this also goes into another question about the game releasing on Steam. So Steam is a gaming platform that is the industry leader in distribution for Web 2 games. And so taking a full step back, Honorverse Madness will be built as a Web 2 game. I would say, if anything, Honorverse Madness is Web 2 focused in terms of how the game is actually built. However, we are embracing all the amazing aspects of ownership that NFTs bring in decentralized, verifiable ownership of your assets. So again, in a high-level overview, the game itself will be Web 2. It will be built on a centralized server, and it will act as a game does normally that all gamers are used to. You will be able to play it on your PC. You'll download the game, and you'll start playing. So the NFT side is actually an addition to, rather than forcing you to learn it first. So you'll sign up for the game with an email and a username, and then you can link your wallet from the Web3 side and buy your assets on chain through whatever Web2 or Web3 platform we build on. And then those NFTs will be stakeable. So again, say you have a legendary card, maybe it's Pyro Fitzgerald, the legendary we've already released in some of our videos. If you own that NFT, you will stake it. Again, a simple staking contract, just like you would stake a token. You can stake an NFT, and then our server will look on chain and say, hey, this wallet owns this NFT on chain, and now the card is available for you in the game to play. So that is again the high level overview of how the technology will work. Again, all that is subject to change as well. This is uncharted territory, and we're doing what we think uh, will be the best solution. But if we find out a better solution, it may be changed. But the ultimate overview is, we're not having to actually build an on-chain game, which is very expensive with gas fees. Again, back to gas. Even on layer twos, it's way more technically involved. Splinterlands is the OG. If you want a fully on-chain decentralized game where every transaction is on-chain, OG's by far. Splinterlands does it better than anybody. But if you want a mainstream game where you can go after Web 2 and you have all the benefits of digital ownership on the Web 3 side, that is what we are trying to accomplish. And we will. I mean, we will accomplish.
Killer, you just got me psyched up.
Right on.
And that was great to understand. I think that's probably a question that a lot of people had. So great. The next one, we will clarify this for staking. If your staking period ends, do you have to withdraw manually, or does the contract automatically do it for you?
Yeah, so you will have to withdraw manually. Again, I know it costs more gas, but that's how it's built. So in order to get it in your wallet, it does have to have another transaction. So yeah, you will have to claim.
Awesome. Unfortunately, Sausage King stepped away while we answered all his questions. You'll have to watch the replay. We
Bummer.
did answer them all very thoroughly. All right. Not great timing. That is all the questions that I see at this time. I know we have a couple more points that we wanted to go over on our notes. So one thing I wanted to see you touch on, because I know that you are a crypto OG, you've been in the realm for quite a lot longer than a lot of us. How long did it take for Bitcoin to take off? And
Yeah.
what did that look like? I know people were using it to buy pizza, but I know before it was even high enough to cover a pizza, it took a while to get off the ground.
Yeah, 100% LA. I love this question. So it's funny. I just was reading a post in another chat. I mean, everybody says, man, 1,000x is like the holy grail. 100x is great. But 1,000x is like the best. Well, if you look at Bitcoin, it literally did a 1,000,000x. So I think the actual first minted Bitcoin really didn't even have a value, but by the time it started trading, I saw that it was at 6 cents. So obviously, that was probably the Satoshi Nakamoto himself or a group of people, that actually created Bitcoin were mining at those levels. But in the first original cycle of Bitcoin, again, these are all vague numbers, but bear with me here. So the first original cycle, I think, was around $10 a Bitcoin. Again, like you said, the infamous Bitcoin pizza, that goes down in history not only as the most expensive pizza, but the first real transaction that was done with Bitcoin that really showed that cryptocurrency had value. And I think it was something like maybe 50 Bitcoin, somewhere around there that somebody sent to somebody else. I think they're in different states even. And then that person called, Domino's and had them deliver a pizza to that person's house and they paid for it. for those Bitcoin. So again, it's pretty amazing the peer-to-peer digital currency, at those levels. I think today that pizza's worth like, $150 million or something ridiculous. But anyway, that is so that it shows the power of where we're at. And again, it's taken years. I mean, I've been in the space for 10 years, but I wish I would have been in the space even earlier than that. I think, again, over that time, it's taken a lot to see the gains. And those people that had real belief in Bitcoin, those are the people that are now sitting on, again, the $100 million worth of Bitcoin that they mined, almost 20 years ago. So that is really, really powerful.
Yes. The reason I wanted to include this in the end of our segment today is because I've had numerous conversations in the last week with friends that are not like that have had a little bit of experience in crypto but not currently, like maybe they sold as the bear was starting, stuff like that.
For
And
sure.
one friend was saying to me this week, because people always reach out when they see things are booming and they want to talk about it even though they haven't for years. But one friend was saying that he remembered when, Bitcoin was around like $2 or $3, and people would always approach him like marketing it, like telling him, now's the time to buy, now's the time to buy. And people who really believed in Bitcoin at the beginning were looked at like they were literal aliens, like that they were from another planet and they didn't speak the same language and nobody got it. In fact, some people still don't get it, but they're starting to, especially with how much it's being spoken about in the mainstream media with the recent election.
For
But
sure.
they used to hold these like conferences or meetings where they would try to get people to show up and explain to them about the power of Bitcoin, and they'd have like 5 people sitting in the room. And now those people who chose to believe at the beginning because they saw the vision of where it could go, they may have bought at 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or $20, and those Bitcoin are worth around $90,000 now. We're hitting all-time highs. Like, it's just insane. And that is what I love about crypto. It has more opportunity than any other industry I can think of, unless you're a straight out drug dealer, and none of us want to go to jail. So
For sure. Yeah,
um,
no doubt. I used to tell my family that I was a drug dealer just because it was easier to explain than crypto, but now it's mainstream. I mean, it's crazy. Absolutely,
yeah,
LA. It's so
we're
true.
high on our own supply, but we're not high on anyone else's supply.
For sure. Perfect. Yeah. Well, and leave it to the comments. Shout out to I am Jerusalem. 10,000 bitcoins were spent to buy 2 Papa John's pizzas in 2010.
Love
Again,
it.
that's like
That's
900.
insane.
That's today's value of 900 million. Again, I mean, if that person had held that $10,000 10,000 Bitcoin, I'm sure they took profit along the way. But that just goes to show the power of hodling. Oh my God, that is just insanity.
And
Yeah,
here I was thinking it was insane. In my head, I thought it was just one Bitcoin. That's crazy.
yeah,
Oh my
totally.
God. Oh
Oh
my God.
man.
Thanks for that one, Durasic.
Yeah, totally. Again, it's just insane. And, again, we bring this up half joking, but half for real. I mean, the power of crypto in terms of price appreciation is the ability for the community to buy and hold. And that, again, Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value in that regard. But in terms of altcoins, it is a way to reward users for believing in what we're building, believing in our ability to deliver, and then that is when the gains happen, when we actually deliver. So you are, and that's what I love about cryptocurrency, especially in this space. GameFi, DeFi, altcoins, not necessarily memes, but projects that have actual utility behind them. You can act as a VC. We take the power away from traditional venture capitalists that only can be accredited investor and invest hundreds of grand, if not millions, and expect equity or lots of multiples. We are able to then do that as a community, get the game built, bring it to life, and then all of us share in the success rather than just the equity holders. So again, no other industry, no other technology allows for that other than crypto. So it's really, really exciting for sure.
Yes. And I wanted to end this discussion by having you loop in the discussion of our very low market cap and how that plays into all of this to kind of close out this discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, even meme tokens at these days, a $10 million market cap is a no-brainer, and we're sitting right now at about a $2 million market cap, which means if all the fully diluted value of all the tokens, would be at $2 million bucks, and when you look at games that are built, especially the quality that we're going for in the traditional world, they're valued as companies in the hundreds of millions of dollars, which constitutes $100 million market cap. So again, if you look at it in terms of equity or what a company is worth, it's a no-brainer. Again, even some of the big guys, Axie Infinity, all the ones we showed earlier, Illuvium, Star Atlas, all of those are in the hundreds of millions of market cap, if not billions of market cap. I think actually Infinity at the height was like a $1.5 billion market cap. So again, that shows the incredible growth potential of what we're where we're at the current moment. And again, anything under a $10 million market cap is obviously a no-brainer, especially with all the utility, all the development, the team, the community, everything that we have behind us. Yeah, on Solana, a meme token gets to 50 million in a matter of hours. So again, just keep that in mind at how undervalued it is right now. And again, that should say to you that there is major opportunity here as well.
Love it. I think that's a good place to wrap things up.
Amazing. Well, yeah, we're right about an hour. We try to keep these at about an hour. Shout out to all of you for being here. I love all the comments. I love all the engagement. If we didn't answer your question, then please, ask it in our socials, and we'll add it to the list for next week, or join us next week, and we'll answer it live. We'll be here every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern from here on out. We pride ourselves on transparency, and we'll be doing these for the next year and beyond as we build this game. So it'll be really cool to go back and look at over 300 AMAs, or rather 52 if we're doing one a week, that really show this game being built and brought to life. So yeah, LA, again, much love to you, our team member and head of marketing. Anything you want to add? Before we wrap it up, please feel free.
Love it. I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting the journey early and seeing the power of the vision of where this is going. And I say where this is going because we know where it's going. We know what we're building, and it's not like what's out there currently. It's going to be so engaging and so fun for people to play. And I know that because I couldn't care less about card games, but I'm even excited to play. And every time I see one of our game previews, like I'm getting super excited. I'm getting chills. And I mean, that doesn't happen often. And I'm excited to see all the characters. And it truly is a fun game we're building. And it's truly unique and different. And I've seen people on social media saying, oh, it's going to be another Hearthstone, it's going to be another Magic the Gathering. You know, it doesn't look like it's going to be different, but those are people that haven't taken the time to watch some of the footage we have up, some of the developer insights episodes of our vlog, and to see it is truly so unique from what else is out there. And I'm so excited to see it just blow everyone away, not only when the game gets released, but as we continue along our journey and keep releasing more content. And there's going to be lots of it. Julius is doing an excellent job with the YGG team. And just seeing the quality of those vlogs alone tells me everything I need to know about the quality of the game development, because they take those so seriously, and having the perfect audio quality, the perfect video quality, the perfect lighting in the room. And those are all very meticulous details that they take, and it shows me what type of work ethic and passion they have and creativity behind what they're doing. So thank you guys for being here early in the journey. If you'd like any information on how to actually purchase GrimGold, it is all found in the pinned posts or announcements section of our Telegram and Discord, and also on our Medium channel.
I love it, LA. Absolutely. And you're right. I mean, the amount of passion, the amount of, truly unique aspects of this game are going to be incredible. And remind me, LA, I'm going to do a side by side comparison on the next AMA, I think. Yeah, I mean, even today, it's funny, we were being said that we, had gotten a Unity skin and are trying to just rebrand something that's already been done. That is absolutely not the case. This is a fundamental difference where we are having a 3D environment that the cards are played in, and no other game has ever done that. So I'll do, again, a side by side comparison that will hopefully illustrate that a little bit better.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so bullish because, and again, I know we're trying to wrap it up here, but you reminded me of something from the AMA earlier today. Another thing that people are totally sleeping on is it actually makes the game much more fun to watch as well. And that is so important because we will get into esports and e-gaming and streaming. And, those sort of streamers are free advertising for games that people like to watch and like to play. And now that we have a much more visually pleasing and fun to watch game, especially in the trading card genre, I mean, honestly, it's a little boring to watch traditional trading card games because they're cards on a table. Some of them have really cool animations to their cards themselves, but it's still pretty flat. And so we're flipping it on its head. And again, with our PvP mode as well built in, I think it will be very, very exciting for viewers just as much as players. And again, that is super important. So, all right, awesome.
I love that
Yeah,
point. And
yeah,
I'll just say one more thing.
totally,
Um, I am the girl who used to spend hours watching my brother play Zelda. So,
totally.
and I never had any interest in playing myself. I just loved to watch. So I can definitely see how important that is to have great graphics, to have that 3D design. And the other day when I saw someone, make a thoughtless comment that it's just going to be a remake of Hearthstone, I actually went and looked up a bunch of images and videos on the game because I obviously had no experience in Hearthstone. It couldn't look more different.
For
It's
sure.
so elevated compared to what else has existed before it. So I'm very excited to have a really active Twitch channel, to have thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of viewers tuning in to these tournaments, or even just basic gameplay from popular Twitch streamers who want to be a part of our channel.
Yeah, amazing, LA. I agree. So we'll take some time next week. I'll do an image that we can go over that and really point out the key details so that people know. Again, that's what we do here. We don't just speak. We have actions that back up what we're saying. So we'll have that to show everybody for sure. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Again, thank you to everybody. Remember that we do our Universe Madness live stream every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and we go over all the week development, any recent news, any coverage, and answer your questions as well for getting ready for the full game release. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe as well. Again, great numbers today, over 50 viewers for the whole stream. So thank you all for being here. Check us out on YouTube and X. And again, if you had questions we didn't get to, feel free to add them to the comments. So, all right, everyone, we're going to play our new video on the way out. But much love to all of you. Good night. Good day. We'll see you next Thursday.
We're witnessing the future of GameFi right before our
I think
eyes.
this might be the biggest thing in 24 coming into 25.
We want to push the boundaries a bit of what trading card games can be and build something where the player really feels like they're stepping inside a huge fantasy world.
There's so much more magic ahead.